Crazy how these things just all blend together. But the Olympics, it seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, the NBC is getting a lot of action out of this. I mean, people really seem to be watching this.
Yeah, it's interestingly, some of the sports I was interested in were actually on the other channels. The NBC Sports Network, which is 38 on my cable, 58, which is Bravo, actually had the tennis, which I was into last night. NBC yesterday had... they've had a lot of swimming on NBC, and they've had I watched women's rugby yesterday, which is a very quick game. I believe it's 2 halves, but there's no break in between. It's like 2 quarters. They're roughly 7-minute quarters. The final score was 5-0, which was only 1 score. I don't know the rules of rugby.
I don't think anyone does. I don't even think the people play.
Yeah, I think there are, and there is a rugby team here in Utica. They and it's a rough sport.
It is a tough sport, and these women. You know,
is there someone local on the rugby team? Somebody that's the first gold medal won at the Olympics was a Rome native.
Yes,
right, and she was what
air
sport
rifle.
Was that? Air rifle.
Yeah,
and she was She was something else. She was like a figure skater or something, and she went to this, and there's where she's. I think it was figure skating.
Her father was actually
off completely today. I don't know. No, actually, she was at the Haydn School of Training for speed skating. I think.
You know, I saw an interview she did in Women's Outdoor News. Her father was in the Air Force, so she was stationed here.
That's
he was
where
stationed
the Rome
here,
came from.
right? And she said she moved 9 times before she was in 9th grade. So she wasn't here very long, and I think it just speaks to all the change that was happening.
But born here,
at Griffiths. Right? She was born in Rome. Yes.
All right, you can bring these thINCubator people in. And also, Andrew, I want to ask you, we spoke with someone earlier this morning on this Delta issue. Delta Airlines has canceled all flights, and it happened early this morning, and they're saying it's a computer shutdown or glitch, but it does smell like something like a hack of some sort, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So anyway, she is here and trying to fly out with her mother to Orlando to pick up a cruise. They have
cruise
to be,
that leaves at 4.
They have to be boarding by 3 p.m. And there are no flights going out on Delta. So we told her, and we brought up an idea. I think we might have played a little role in this.
Yes.
And the idea was Allegiant. So what do we know?
So she just informed me that she's going to make the long drive to Elmira to get on.
I've flown out of Elmira before.
Yep.
On one of those discount.
Right.
I think it was Allegiant. I flew out of Elmira. Yeah.
And so she's going to that flight will hopefully get them to Orlando by 1 o'clock. Hopefully.
All right. You know that my history with Allegiant, though.
It's long and rugged.
Boy. That was just the wait.
It was a terrible experience with Allegiant. But they're going to be better off trying with Allegiant than they are with Delta because Delta's not going anywhere.
They'll miss their cruise. Could you imagine?
Yeah. And those cruises don't wait. You are responsible for getting there. But Allegiant, I remember the practically 2-day wait that we had sitting in the airport, and they wouldn't tell us anything, and the pilots were like going on strike. It was a disaster. But they have, you'll see these, just look up their website and you'll get the email alerts. You could fly out of Syracuse to Orlando for like $55 one way.
Isn't the caveat like
you're riding on the wing?
You're riding,
but you'll get there
there's something
for
on the wing.
$55.
You got to pay for your bags. You have to pay for what is it? You got to pay to sit down.
It's not a lot.
It's
a cattle call type setting. So you're all sitting in the corridor there, and they say, "Okay, we're boarding," and everybody runs to get on the plane. Unless you buy for an extra $5 a seat, which is only $5, you can get a seat number. Otherwise, you could be sitting one place, your wife could be sitting in the back. I mean, but they fly and it's cheap, and they fly out of Elmira, so that might be her answer. thINCubator is really big in the area right now. This is the home for innovative new companies. Ryan Miller and Jackie Klotzbeck both in here this morning, along with a few others. Good morning, Ryan. How you doing?
Good morning, Bill. What's going on?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are
So
you?
talk about, first of all, what the program does.
Sure.
Is really big. especially for this time
We're huge.
in our history right now.
Well, so what we do, we work with students and individuals in the community that want to get a startup off the ground or start a small business. So we kind of provide them with some shared office space, some programming, mentorship to make that happen. So
you guys in the old Boilermaker, is that where
the
you're
old
located?
ConMed building.
ConMed building.
Yeah, so we
Oh.
just upgraded. We were above Utica Bread, and we were like 1,300 square feet. Now we're 8,500 square feet. Brand
Wow.
new facility. It's like Google in there. It's pretty
Is that
cool.
the one that's on Broad Street?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a big building.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
huge.
you could keep going and going and going in that building.
We have some plans that we can't talk
Wow.
about.
So
but yeah.
you have the whole place.
We have the first. So if you think of the building as an H,
The
we've
main
got the
building
one
when you
leg.
walk in.
Yep, main building we have. It's like the leg of an H. That
Yeah.
the whole thing is ours. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
it's pretty
awesome.
cool. We're going to be doing co-working too, starting next week. If people need just cheap office space, you can work at Think too. So
That is
Cool stuff.
great. And you have the ability to do some bigger things there too, with loading docks and the whole nine
Oh
yards.
boy,
There's
do we have some plans in the works?
Yeah, you got
we
it.
do.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's
I'm
cool,
glad
man.
to see that building is being used
Come down
by,
sometime.
by you guys.
Thank you.
So, all right. So why are we here today? What are we promoting here
I'm
today?
passing the buck to Jackie here.
All right, Jackie, it's all you.
Okay, well, the Community Foundation, after Don Marinelli visited earlier this spring, launched the $25,000 Impact Opportunity Challenge. And what we offered was $25,000 to somebody to start their own business in downtown Utica. And we have narrowed the field down from 58 to just 5 finalists.
Wow.
And Wednesday we'll be selecting the winner.
So are these people finalists here? Who are these
No,
people?
they are
They're
Community
just
Foundation representatives.
Got it. Got it.
Making
But-
sure we behave ourselves.
Yes.
Okay.
Our 5 finalists, there are some well-known faces in there because you could be a recent startup.
I'd like who they are and what their concept is, what they're going to be doing. Can you do that?
Oh, absolutely. BB Designs, Angela Johnson, she's actually going to expand on her current art business and incorporate more child and elderly programming.
I think we spoke with her a while back, right? We had her on, yeah.
Great young talent and a great idea.
She had the ability to be able to come up with the idea that you can actually still be an artist and make money.
Absolutely.
Not easy to do.
Not
in that
easy to
world.
do.
Yeah.
So another great idea was Evolution. And this is 2 women who would like to incorporate student chefs and have them on a rotating schedule in a restaurant and also do some art exhibits for local college students.
So what would it be like a culinary arts program?
Yeah, I think about like Culinary Institute of America,
Yeah.
but basically you could have, different cuisines every few weeks, so you might do Asian for 3 weeks, Italian for 3 weeks. So it's this kind of rotating menu downtown. So people that live there can
I like
walk
that.
and have a rotating
that is really
cuisine.
interesting.
Yeah.
I when I lived in Providence, Johnson and Wales is the big
Yeah.
culinary arts school, and the
Great
students ran hotels, they
Yep.
ran restaurants, and
Same concept.
they were great You'd be amazed at what these
Yeah.
kids are able to
Pull
create.
off, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Following on the food concept, Smith Market, bringing local and healthy food store downtown to support all of the people that live in the lofts and build on that. Sweet Escape Chocolate Lounge, currently on Genesee Street, is looking to expand and hopefully do some culinary and chocolatiering classes
Okay.
on top of their current goods.
I haven't been there yet. I heard that's really cool.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious. And then Utica branch, John Matthews, currently with Northland Communications, is looking to do similar to Ryan,
Yeah,
an
kind
office
of a shared
space.
office space for
Okay,
folks
all right.
that need that are transient. They need in and out. Maybe I'm a sales guy that just needs a place to plop downtown for a couple hours. So
Yeah.
a lot of small office space you can.
I don't want to pick one over the other, but I'm going to. If you don't mind. I love.
Yes, yes.
I love the culinary arts idea.
Yes.
I love that, but that market, having a healthy market downtown, as the residential population grows down there, sounds like that could be something. I mean, they're all great ideas, right?
Were you a
But,
judge, by the way? There's a lot of food involved. In
I
the top
should
5.
be a judge.
We'll work on that for next year.
But I think it's a great idea. It gives people a chance to start out with $25,000. That's a good boost to get
Absolutely.
the ball rolling here.
One of
Absolutely.
the things that we did was take people through a program that wanted to participate at Think. So 8 weeks helping them develop a business plan. And, you had a wide breadth of people. Some people had a complete business plan going in. Some people, this was just a concept.
Yeah.
And, what I think a lot of folks learned along the way is that you can't necessarily start a business for $25,000. This is designed to be rocket fuel to help your existing
Right.
plan go.
A boost
Yeah, it's a
is what I
boost.
call it. $25,000 can go so quickly your head is spinning.
Totally.
Yeah, I know that. Okay, and there was a story. This is a little unrelated. So the announcement is coming Wednesday, right?
Yes, there's an event at thINCubator,
Okay.
5:30 to 7:30.
All right.
And there will be live judging. They'll do 5-minute pitches, and we'll announce that night who the winner is.
Cool. Okay, so I wanted to bring up one thing in the Syracuse, the Post-Standard over the weekend. I think there was a story about the naysayers. And I want to ask you guys your thoughts on where we are now. It seems like things are really beginning to happen. We're saying, what did they tell us last? That AMS, maybe another year and a half, they'll be actually fully operational. There seems to be things popping up. It is looking up. Ryan, you want to take that?
I mean, you guys kind of know my opinion on a lot of this, but I think that regardless, we're starting to see people that are bootstrapping businesses, people that are taking their destiny into their own hands and making things here, and that's, I'm super excited about everything that's happening, whenever it happens up at Nano. But I would argue that we have the ability to have just as much, if not more, economic impact by bootstrapping 30, 50 companies here, organically grown. That will attract success, and I think we're starting to do that.
Well, and it gives a reason for getting off the throughway. Right, there's a reason to get off the throughway.
Oh, get off the throughway
and stop here.
I thought you said get off food. I'm like, no, don't get off food.
No, I'm trying to do that. I'll get into my diet thing before we leave. But it's on one day, anything you want to eat. Day 2, 500 calories. Day 3, anything you want to eat. Day 4, 500 calories. 500 calories. But my point, I guess, that I'm making out of the Syracuse story is that I think they're worse off than we are. Their whole thing was about the naysayers and how people are so negative in Syracuse. We always talk about how it's a Utica thing where everybody's just so down on progress that can't be done here. This isn't going to work here. I'm telling you, we're looking up, and Syracuse is going through the same problem where I think we're kind of coming out of that.
I think a lot of it's perception. You decide what you want your city to be like. You decide what the outlook you have, and I think that we've finally reached a critical mass of folks that have just made the conscious decision that we're going to make this a home.
I've had enough. We're going to make it work.
Simple as that.
Yeah. All right. I love this concept. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing who wins on Wednesday.
So, and again, Wednesday, it's at your office on Broad Street, right? One more quick direction on how to get there for those who don't know.
So if you go, I'm trying to think landmark-wise, right?
The hardware store, the Piers
Okay, so
Blake.
you know where the Doyle Hardware Building is? So it's across the street from Doyle Hardware Building. You'll see big banners, and we have a big parking lot around back. That's where we're asking people to park. And we are asking people to register, if possible, because we're going to have food and drinks and everything. It's going to be a really nice thing.
Monstrous building.
Monstrous building. You can't miss it. But all the information, you can find it at Big Ideas 2016. You can find it at thINCubator.co. But register 5:30, and it's going to be pretty cool.
All right, nice. All right, thank you.
Thank you guys for having us on.
Break. I have Sheriff Mayshall standing by. Also in the Valley, a woman by the name of Virginia Jakewish having a problem down there. She has a mobile home park that they're trying to shut down. And I think the town has spent over $100,000 on it. She wants to speak out. We'll get to that coming up on WIBX.